2 And he saw their previous next. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 38. 1 And it came to pass at that time that Judas came down from one of his brethren, and came unto a certain man Adullamite, whose name was Iras. 2 And he saw there Judah, the daughter of a Canaanite man, whose name was she, and took her, and went in unto her. 3 And she conceived, and bore a son, and called his name 4 And conceiving again, she bore a son, and called his name Ornas. 5 And she added more, and bore a son, and called his name Shel, and she was in Hasbi, and gave birth to them. 6 And he took the wife of Judah his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. 7 And the firstborn of Judah, became evil against the Lord, and God slew him. 8 And Judah said unto Ornan, Go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up thy brother's seed. 9 And when Ornan knew that the seed was not for him, when he came into his brother's wife, he poured out on the earth that he might not give seed to his brother. 10 And he appeared evil before God, for he did this, and put him to death. 11 And Judah said, Tamar, his bride, sit a widow in thy father's house, till Shelam be great. And my son said, for he also, as well as his brethren, departed, and Tamar sat in her father's house. 12 And the days were multiplied, and Sour the woman of Judah died, and Judas was comforted, and went up to them that slaughtered his sheep, and Irah his shepherd the Adullamite to Tamnah. 13 And Tamar said unto his bride, saying, Behold, thy father-in-law goes up to Tbushnah, and slaughters his sheep. 14 And when she had wrapped herself in the garments of the widow's garment, she put on a garment, and adorned herself, and sat down at the gates of Enah, which is by the way of Tamnah, and saw that Shelam had become great, but he gave her not to him as a wife. 15 And when Judah saw her, she was a harlot, for her face was covered, and I knew her not. 16 And he turned unto her way, and said unto her, Let me enter unto thee, for I knew not that she was his bride, but she said, What thou wilt give me, if thou wilt come in unto me. 17 And he said unto thee, I send thee a goat of the sheep, but she said, If she would give thee a pledge, till he send thee. 18 And he said, I will give thee the pledge, but she said, Thy ring, and the rush, and the rod that is in thy hand, and gave it unto her, and went in unto her, and took it from him in the womb. 19 And she arose, and departed, and took the bridegroom from herself, and put on the garments of her widowhood. 20 And Judah sent the goat out of the goats into the hand of his shepherd Adullamite, to bring the bride from the woman, and he found her not. 21 And he asked the men of the place where the harlot that was born in Enah by the road is, and they said, There was no prostitute here. 22 And he turned unto Judah, and said, I have found no, and the men that are of the land say, There is no harlot here. 23 And Judah said, Let him have these things, but lest we be deceived at any time, I sent this goat, but thou hast not found it. 24 And after 3 months there was a narrator unto Judah, saying, Tamar thy bride is a prostitute, and, behold, she is in the womb of fornication. And Judah said, Take her out, and let her be burned. 25 And she led her, and sent unto her father-in-law, saying, Of whose man, these things are I in my womb? And she said, Know whose ring, and her cove, and her rod. 26 And I knew Judah, and said, Tamar is justified, or I, because of him, I have not given her to Shelam my son, and he would not add any more to know her. 27 And there came to pass a victory, and there were twins in her womb. 28 And it came to pass that in the midst of this birth, one foresaw the hand, and the midwife bound it upon his hand a red one, saying, He shall come forth first. 29 And when he had gathered up his hand, and immediately his brother went out, and she said what was broken because of the barrier, and called his name Pharez. 30 And after this his brother went out, on which the scarlet was in his hand, and called his name Zara. And Joseph was brought into Egypt, and Potiphar the eunuch was brought into Egypt, out of the hand of the Ishmaelites, who brought him thither. 2 And there was a lord with Joseph, and there was a man succeeding, and it came to pass in the house of the Lord of Egypt. 3 And his Lord knows, for the Lord is with him, and whatsoever the Lord does, it shall be fruitful in his hands. 4 And Joseph found favor with his master, and pleased him, and set him up in his house, and gave him all that was by his hand Joseph gave him. 5 And it came to pass, after he was established, upon his house, and upon all that was with him, and the Lord blessed the house of Egypt through Joseph, and the blessing of the Lord was made upon all that were in his house, and in the field. 6 And he allowed all that was in his hand into Joseph's hand, and he did not know anything of himself, except the bread which he ate, and Joseph was good in appearance, and very beautiful in appearance. 7 And it came to pass, after these words, that the wife of this lord laid her eyes upon Joseph, and said, Sleep with me. 8 And he would not, but he said unto the wife of his master, If my lord knoweth not of me, neither in his house, nor of all that is unto him, hath he given into my hand. 9 And he excels not in this house, neither is he more than me, nor is he corrupted of me, nor is he corrupted of me, but thee, because of his wife. And how shall I do this evil word, and sin against God? 10 And he spoke to Joseph day after day, and he abode not to sit with her, that he might be related to her. 11 And it came to pass on such a day, that Joseph went into the house to do his work, and there were none of them that were in the house. 12 And she took him away from his garments, saying, Sleep with me, and leaving his garments in her hands, she departed, and went out. 13 And it came to pass, when he saw that he had left his garments in her hands, and departed, and went out. 14 And he called them that were in the house, and said unto them, Behold, he brought us a Hebrew boy to mock us. He came in unto me, saying, Sleep with me, and I cried with a loud voice. 15 And when I heard him, that I lifted up my voice, and cried out, leaving his garments unto me, he departed, and went out. 16 And she laid down her garments with herself, until the Lord came into his house. 17 And she spake unto him according to these words, saying, The young man of the Hebrew, whom thou hast brought unto us, came in unto me, and said unto me, I will sleep with thee. 18 And when he heard that I had lifted up my voice, and cried out, he left his garments with me, and departed, and went out. 19 And it came to pass, when his master heard the words of his wife, that she had spoken unto him, saying, Thus did thy servant unto me, and was angry with wrath. 20 And the master Joseph took it, and brought him into the fortification, in the place where the king's bonds are in the stronghold. 21 And there was a lord with Joseph, and had mercy on him, and gave him favor against the chief guard. 22 And the chief keeper gave the prison by the hand of Joseph, and all that were taken away, as many as were in the prison, and all that they do there. Next, Genesis chapter 40. The chief keeper of the prison was not aware of him, for all things were by the hand of Joseph, because the Lord was with him, and the things that the Lord himself did were fragrant in his hands. And it came to pass, after these words, that the captain of the king of Egypt, and the governor of the kings of Egypt, sinned against their Lord. 2 And Pharaoh was angry with his 2 eunuchs, against the chief winemaker, and against the ruler. 3 And he set them in prison with the jailer, in the prison house in the place where Joseph was taken away. 4 And Joseph the chief counsel recommended them, and stood with them, and they were in prison for days. 5 And they both saw a dream, each one dreaming in one night, a vision of this dream, the chief winemaker and the chief builder, who were to the king of Egypt, who were in the prison. 6 And Joseph came into them in the morning, and saw them, and they were troubled. 7 And he asked the eunuchs Pharaoh, who were with him in prison, unto his master, saying, Why are your faces gloomy this day? 8 And they said unto him, We have had a dream, and he that compareth it is not this. But Joseph said unto them, Not by God is there clarification, therefore tell me. 9 And the captain told Joseph his dream, and said, In my sleep there was a vine against me. 10 And in the vineyard there are 3 bottoms, and in the vineyard that flourishes the shoots, the grapes of grapes are exceeding. 11 And Pharaoh's cup was in my hand, and I took the grapes, and crushed it into the cup, and gave the cup into Pharaoh's hands. 12 And Joseph said unto him, This is his comparison, the 3 bottoms are 3 days. 13 3 days more, and Pharaoh shall be remembered of thy authority, and he shall restore thee to thy old house, and thou shalt give the cup of Pharaoh into his hand, according to thy authority before, as thou wast guilty of wine. 14 But remember me by thyself, when it shall come to thee, and thou shalt have mercy in me, and remember me, Pharaoh, and bring me out of this stronghold. 15 For stealing was stolen from the land of the Jews, and here I did nothing, but they cast me into this pit. 16 And the architect saw that he had rightly compared, and said to Joseph, And I saw a dream, and I had 3 cans of candrites on my head. 17 And in the canoe that is above all the nations, which King Pharaoh eateth the work of a breadwinner, and the fowls of heaven devoured them out of the cane that was upon my head. 18 And Joseph answered and said unto him, This comparison unto him, the 303 days are unto him. 19 For 3 days more Pharaoh shall take away thy head from thee, and hang thee upon a tree, and the birds of heaven shall eat thy flesh of thee. 20 And it came to pass, on the 3rd day of his birth, that Pharaoh was drinking, and he was drinking to all his disciples, and he remembered the beginning of the ruler, and of the beginning of the rule-maker in the midst of his children. 21 And he restored the captain to his authority, and gave the cup into the hand of Pharaoh. 22 And he hanged the ruler, as Joseph had compared them. Next, Genesis. 23 And Joseph's captain was not remembered, but he was mistaken. Next, Genesis chapter 41. Two And behold. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 41. 1 And it came to pass, after 2 years of days, that Pharaoh saw a dream, that he was standing by the river. 2 And behold, as out of the river came up 7 oxen, good in sight, and chosen in the flesh, and grazed in the river. 3 And 7 other oxen went up after them out of the river, shameful in appearance and thin in flesh, and dwelt by the oxen by the mouth of the river. 4 And the 7 oxen, which are shameful and fine, devoured the flesh, the 7 boa, which are good in sight, and the chosen ones, and Pharaoh arose. 5 And the second thing was dreamed, and, behold, 7 ears of corn were going up to the bottom, 1 chosen and good. 6 And other 7 ears of corn, thin and windless, rose up after them. 7 And the 7 ears of corn, the fine and windless, swallowed up the 7 ears of corn, the chosen ones, and the full ones, and Pharaoh arose, and was in a dream. 8 And it came to pass in the morning, and his soul was troubled, and he sent forth, and summoned all the scribes of Egypt, and all the wise men thereof, and told them the dream, Pharaoh, and he was not he that recited it unto Pharaoh. 9 And the chief winemaker spake unto Pharaoh, saying, I remember my sin this day. 10 Pharaoh was angry with his disciples, and put us in prison in the house of the chief cook, and me and the governor. 11 And we have seen a dream in the night, but I and he have seen every one according to his own dream. 12 And there was there with us a young Hebrew of the chief magistrate, and we told him, and he compared us. 13 And it came to pass that, as he had compared us, so it came to pass that I was also restored to my beginning, and that he should be hanged. 14 And when Pharaoh had sent, he called Joseph, and brought him out of the stronghold, and they took him out, and changed his garment, and he came unto Pharaoh. 15 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I have seen a dream, and he that compareth is not this, but I have heard of thee saying, I have heard thee compare these dreams. 16 And Joseph answered Pharaoh, and said, Without God, Pharaoh who is saving shall not answer. 17 And Pharaoh spake unto Joseph, saying, In my sleep I stood by the mouth of the river. 18 And as out of the river came up 7 oxen, good in kind, and chosen in the flesh, and dwelt in the river. 19 And behold, 7 other oxen went up after them out of the river, wicked and shameful in appearance, and thin in flesh, which I had not seen in all the land of Egypt more shameful. 20 And the 7 boars, the shameful and slender oxen, ate up the 7 herds, the first, the good and fine. 21 And they entered into their bellies, and were not manifested, for I entered into their bellies, and their countenances were shameful, as well as the beginning, and I rose up and fell asleep. 22 And I saw again in my sleep, and as 7 ears of corn went up into the bottom of one, full and good. 23 And other 7 ears of corn, thin and windless, rose up, having them. 24 And the 7 ears of corn, which are fine and windless, have swallowed up the 7 ears of good and the full, and I have said therefore unto the explainers, and it was not he that recited unto me. 25 And Joseph said unto Pharaoh, the dreaming Pharaoh is one, which God doeth he hath showed unto Pharaoh. 26 The 7 good oxen are 7 years, and the 7 ears of good are 7 years, the dream of Pharaoh is one. 27 And the 7 thin oxen that go up after them shall be 7 years, and the 7 ears of corn which are thin and uncorrupted shall be 7 years of famine. 28 And the word which I said, Pharaoh, what God doeth, he showed unto Pharaoh. 29 Behold, 7 years there cometh great righteousness in all the land of Egypt. 30 And 7 years of famine shall come after these, and they shall be forgotten by the multitude in all the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the earth. 31 And the righteousness of the earth shall not be known because of the famine that is after these things, it shall be exceedingly strong. 32 And Pharaoh's dream is second, for the word which is from God shall be true, and God shall hasten to do it. 33 Now therefore think of a wise and prudent man, and set him up in the land of Egypt. 34 And let him make Pharaoh, and make him rulers over the land, and let them cast out all the seed of the land of Egypt during the 7 years of righteousness. 35 And let them gather together all the food of the 7 years that are coming of these good things, and let the food be gathered together by the hand of Pharaoh, that the food may be kept in the cities. 36 And the food shall be kept in the earth during the 7 years of the famine, which shall be in the land of Egypt, and the earth shall not be destroyed in the famine. 37 And he pleased the words against Pharaoh, and against all his children. 38 And Pharaoh said unto all his servants, let us not find such a man that hath the Spirit of God in him. 39 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, because God hath showed thee all these things, there is no man wiser and wiser than thee. 40 Thou shalt be at my house, and at thy mouth all my people shall obey, but I am the throne above thee. 41 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, behold, I will set thee this day upon all the land of Egypt. 42 And Pharaoh took the ring out of his hand, and put it upon Joseph's hand, and clothed him with a linen, and put a gold cord about his neck. 43 And he took him up to the second chariot of his own, and preached before him a preacher, and set him up in all the land of Egypt. 44 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, I, Pharaoh, without thee, no man shall lift up his hand in all the land of Egypt. 45 And he called Pharaoh his name Joseph son Thomphony, and gave him Asenah, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of the city of Elijah, to his wife. 46 And Joseph was 30 years old, when he stood before Pharaoh king of Egypt, and Joseph went out in the presence of Pharaoh, and passed through all the land of Egypt. 47 And the earth hath made in the 7 years of righteousness drachmas. 48 And he gathered up all the food of the 7 years in which the righteousness was in the land of Egypt, and put the food in the cities, the food of the fields of the city round about it, and put it in it. 49 And Joseph gathered together the sand of the sea very greatly, until they could not number, for there was no number. 50 And there were 2 sons to Joseph, before the 7 years of the famine came, which Asenah, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of the city of Helium, bore him. 51 And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh, because the God of all my pains and all my father's things had made me deceitful. 52 And the name of the second he called Ephraim, because God hath increased me in the land of my humility. 53 And the 7 years of the righteousness which were in the land of Egypt were over. 54 And the 7 years of famine began to come, as Joseph had said, and there was a famine in all the land, and in all the land of Egypt there was bread. 55 And the whole land of Egypt was hungry, and the people cried out unto Pharaoh concerning loaves. And Pharaoh said unto all the Egyptians, Go unto Joseph, and whatever he shall say unto you, do ye. 56 And the famine was upon the face of all the earth, and Joseph opened all the granaries, and sold all the Egyptians. 57 And all the lands came into Egypt to buy unto Joseph, for the famine prevailed in all the land. Next, Genesis chapter 42. Behold, I have heard that you are in Genesis index previous next. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 42. 1 And when Jacob saw that there was a rash in Egypt, he said unto his sons, What ye shall say. 2 Behold, I have heard that you are in Egypt, go down thither, and give us little food, that we may live, and not die. 3 And the brethren of Joseph the 10 came down out of Egypt. For and Benjamin the brother Joseph did not send with his brethren, for there should never be any upon him. 5 And the children of Israel came to buy with them that were coming, for there was a famine in the land of Canaan. 6 And Joseph was the ruler of the earth, and he sold all the people of the earth, and the brethren of Joseph came to him face to face on the earth. 7 And when Joseph saw his brethren, I knew him, and he was estranged from them, and spoke harshly to them, and said unto them, Where did ye come from? But they said to Canaan to buy food from the land. 8 And I knew Joseph his brethren, but they knew him not. 9 And Joseph remembered the dreams which he had seen, and said unto them, Thou spy, ye have come to understand the traces of the land. 10 And they said, No, Lord, thy servants, we have come to eat food. 11 We are all sons of one man, we are peaceable, thy servants are not spies. 12 And he said unto them, Ye come, not but the traces of the earth. 13 And they said, 12 We are thy servants' brethren in the land of Canaan, and, behold, the younger is with our father this day, but the other is not. 14 And Joseph said unto them, This is what I said unto you, saying, Ye are spies. 15 Wherefore ye appear to be healthy, Pharaoh, ye shall not go out of this way, unless your younger brother come hither. 16 Send one of you, and take your brother, but ye have been taken away until your words are made manifest, whether ye are true or not, but Pharaoh is not a spy. 17 And he set them in prison 3 days. 18 And he said unto them on the 3rd day, Do this, and ye shall live in God, for I fear it. 19 If ye be peaceable, your brother, let one be confiscated in prison, but they go and steal the purchase of your food supply. 20 And bring your younger brother unto me, and your word shall be believed, but if ye die not, do so. 21 And every man said unto his brother, Yes, in sin, for we are with our brother, for we have known the affliction of his soul when he prayed to us, and we heard not him. Wherefore this affliction came upon us. 22 And Reuben answered and said unto them, I have not spoken unto you, saying, Do not do wrong to the child, and listen not unto me, behold, his blood is sought. 23 And they did not show that Joseph was hearing, for the interpreter was one of them. 24 And Joseph turned away from them, and wept, and came to them again, and said unto them, He took Simeon from them, and bound him against them. 25 And Joseph commanded that they should fill their vessels with wheat, and that they should give them food on the way, and it was thus done unto them. 26 And they laid the wheat on their asses, and departed from thence. 27 And when he had loosed one of his percipi, to give food to his asses, which they had loosed, he saw the bond of his silver, and it was upon the mouth of the pouch. 28 And he said unto his brethren, The silver was given to me, and, behold, it was in my pouch, and their hearts were troubled, and they were troubled one another, saying, What this our God hath done unto me? 29 And they came unto Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, and told him all the things that had happened, saying, 30 The Lord of the earth spoke harshly to us, and set us in prison as spies on the earth. 31 And we said unto him, We are peaceable, we are not spies. 32 We are 12 brethren, the sons of our father, who is not one, but the least with our father is this day in the land of Canaan. 33 And the man of the earth saith unto us, I will know this, that ye are peaceable, brother on the one hand, and leave here with me the purchase of the food of your house, and have departed. 34 And bring your younger brother unto me, and I will know that ye are not spies, but that ye are peaceable, and I will render your brother unto you, and ye shall trade in the land. 35 And it came to pass that they were emptying their sackcloths, and every one had the band of silver in their sack, and they saw the bands of their silver, and their father were afraid. 36 And Jacob their father said unto them, Bear children unto me, Joseph is not Simeon, ye shall also take Benjamin upon me, all these things were done unto me. 37 And Reuben said unto his father, saying, I will kill my 2 sons, if I will not bring him unto thee, give him into my hand, and I will bring him unto thee. 38 And he said, My son shall not come down with you, for his brother is dead, and he alone is left behind, and it shall happen to him to be reassured in the way wherein ye go, and destroy my old age with sorrow into hell. 3 And Judah said unto him, A man has testified unto us. Genesis index previous next. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 43. 1 And the famine strengthened upon the earth. 2 And it came to pass, that they helped to devour the food which they had brought out of Egypt, and their father said unto them, Go again, give us little food. 3 And Judah said unto him, A man has testified unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, except your brother the younger with you. For if, therefore, thou shalt send our brother, we shall go down with us, and buy thee food. 5 But if thou shalt not send our brother with us, we shall not go, for the man saith unto us, saying, Ye shall not see my face, unless your younger brother be with you. 6 And Israel said, Why ye have abused me, saying unto the man, If there be a brother unto you. 7 And they said, Inquiries, the man and our generation asked us, saying, If your father is still alive, if he be your brother, and we told him, At this inquiry, let us not see, if he saith unto us, Bring ye your brother. 8 And Judah said unto Israel, his father, Send the lad with me, and arise and go, that we may live, and not die, both we, and thou, and our baggage, arise. 9 But I receive him by my hand, seek him, if I bring him not unto thee, and set him up against thee, I will sin unto thee always. 10 For if we were not already weak, if we had returned twice. 11 And their father said to them, Israel, if this be so, do this, take of the fruit of the earth in your vessels, and bring to the man gifts of wheat, and honey, incense, and ashes, and terebinth, and nuts. 12 And take the silver twice in your hands, the silver that is turned away in your pockets, turn away with you, lest it be unknown. 13 And take your brother, and arise and go down to the man. 14 But my God will give you favor in the sight of man, and send forth your one brother, and Benjamin, for I am unborn. 15 And when the men had received these gifts, and the silver double, they took into their hands, and Benjamin, and arose, and went down into Egypt, and set up against Joseph. 16 And Joseph saw them, and Benjamin his brother of the same age, and said unto him that was in his house, Bring the men into the house, and slay the victims, and prepare with me, for men eat bread at noon. 17 And the man did as Joseph said, and brought the people into the house of Joseph. 18 And when the men saw that they had been brought into the house of Joseph, they said, For the silver that is turned away in our jars, the beginning, let us go in, to slander us, and to compress us to take us into our servants and our asses. 19 And they came unto the man that was in the house of Joseph, and spoke unto him in the gate of the house. 20 Saying, We pray, Lord, we have come down at the beginning to eat food. 21 And it came to pass, that we came to the end, and opened our jars, and then we turned away the silver of every one in his case, and our silver in the station, now we turned away in our hands. 22 And we brought another piece of silver with us to buy food, we know not who put the silver into our pouches. 23 And he said unto them, Have mercy unto you, fear not ye God, and the God of your fathers hath given ye treasures in your marsups, but the silver of your prosperous I am abstaining, and hath brought Simeon unto them. 24 And he brought water to wash their feet, and gave food to their asses. 25 And they prepared the gifts until Joseph came at noon, for they heard that there was to come. 26 And Joseph went into the house, and they brought unto him the gifts which they had in their hands into the house, and worshipped him face to face on the ground. 27 And he asked them how ye have, and said unto them, If your father, the elder, whom ye said, is still alive. 28 And they said, Thy servant our father is still alive. And the man said, Blessed is that man, blessed is God, and they bowed down and worshipped him. 29 And Joseph looked into Joseph's eyes, and saw Benjamin his brother of the same name, and said, This one of your younger brothers, whom ye said unto me, and said, God, have mercy on thee, child. 30 And Joseph was troubled, for he was turned to his brother, and sought to weep, and he went into the treasury and wept there. 31 And he washed his face, and went out, and took hold, and said, Lay down loaves. 32 And they stood before him alone, and to themselves, and to the Egyptians who dined with him, for the Egyptians could not eat bread with the Hebrews, for it is an abomination to the Egyptians. 33 And the firstborn sat before him, according to his intercessions, and the younger according to his youth, and the men rose up every one to his brother. 34 And they took portions of him unto them, and the portion of Benjamin was enlarged, with the portions of them all, 5 times as much as those of them, and they drank and became drunk with him. Next, Genesis chapter 44. And you put my 1 And Joseph commanded him to come into his house, saying, Fill Septuagint Genesis chapter 44. 1 And Joseph commanded him to come into his house, saying, Fill the marsupials of men with as much food as they can, and put the silver every one into the mouth of the marsupial. 2 And you put my silver cone into the purse of the younger, and the price of this wheat was done, according to the word of Joseph, as he said. 3 In the morning it dawned, and the men were sent forth, and their asses. And when they had gone out of the city, they did not depart far away, and Joseph said to him that was in his house, Arise, seek after the men, and seize them, and say unto them, Why ye have repaid evil instead of good. 5 That ye have stolen my silver cone, this is not in which my Lord drinketh, but he is anointed in him, ye shall do evil that ye have done. 6 And when he had found them, he said unto them according to these words. 7 And they said unto him, That what the Lord speaketh according to these words, God be it not to thy children to do according to this saying. 8 If the silver that we find in our purses we have returned unto thee out of the land of Canaan, how shall we steal silver or gold from the house of thy Lord? 9 Wherefore, if the bundle of thy children be found, let him die, and we shall be children unto our Lord. 10 And he said, And now, as ye say, so shall the man behold, wherefore the condy shall be found, he shall be my all, but ye shall be clean. 11 And they hastened, and cast down every one his purse to the ground, and opened every one his pouch. 12 And I searched with the presbyter, beginning till he came to the younger, and found the con in Benjamin's marsupial. 13 And they tore their garments, and laid each one his purse upon his ass, and returned to the city. 14 And Judah and his brethren went in unto Joseph, while he was still there, and fell upon him on the earth. 15 And Joseph said unto them, What this thing which you have done, ye know not that by eternity there is an eternal man, which I am. 16 And Judah said, What shall we do unto the Lord, or what shall we speak, or how shall we be justified? But God hath found the iniquity of thy children, behold, we are supplicants unto our Lord, and by whom the bundle was found. 17 And Joseph said, God forbid me do this word, the man by whom the condy was found will be mine, but all of you will go up with salvation to your father. 18 And Judas came unto him, and said, I pray, Lord, let thy servant speak a word against thee, and be not angry with thy child, for thou art with Pharaoh. 19 Lord, thou hast asked thy children, saying, whether ye have a father or a brother. 20 And we said unto the Lord, our father is an elder, and a younger child, and his brother is dead, but he alone is left to his mother, and his father loved him. 21 And thou hast said unto thy children, bring him unto me, and I will take care of him. 22 And we said unto the Lord, the child shall not be able to forsake the father, but if he forsake the father, he shall die. 23 And thou hast said unto thy servants, unless thy younger brother come down with you, ye shall not come with you, to see my face any more. 24 And it came to pass, that we went up to thy servant, and our father spake unto him, and told him the words of the Lord. 25 And our father said unto us, go ye again, and buy us some little food. 26 But we said, we cannot go down, but if our younger brother goes down with us, we will not be able to see the face of the younger brother, not being with us. 27 And thy father, our father, said unto us, ye know that my wife is 2 years old. 28 And one of them went out from me, and you said, he was a beast eater, and I saw him no more, even now. 29 If, therefore, ye also take him from my presence, and cause him to be in the way, and bring my old age with sorrow to hell. 30 Now, therefore, if I go in unto thy father's servant, and our father, and the child, let him not be with us, but his soul hangeth out of his soul. 31 And it shall be in him to see him, lest the child with us die, and thy children shall destroy the old age of thy child, and our father with sorrow unto hell. 32 For thy servant shall receive the child of the father, saying, if I bring him not unto thee, and set him before thee, I will sin unto the father all the days. 33 Now therefore I remain unto thee, all of thee, instead of the child, a supplicant of the Lord, and let the child ascend with the brethren. 34 For how shall I ascend unto the father of the child, not being with us, that I may not see the evils which shall befall my father? Next, Genesis chapter 45. And he uttered a Septuagint, Genesis chapter 45. 1 And Joseph could not bear all that stood by him, but he said, send them all from me, and there is no one yet present with Joseph, he was not acknowledged by his brethren. 2 And he uttered a voice with weeping, and all the Egyptians heard, and it was heard in the house of Pharaoh. 3 And Joseph said unto his brethren, I am Joseph, my father is yet alive, and the brethren could not answer him, for they were troubled. 4 And Joseph said unto his brethren, come nigh unto me, and they drew near, and he said, I am Joseph your brother, whom ye render unto Egypt. 5 Now therefore do not be grieved, neither let it be shown to you that ye have rendered me, for God hath sent me before you to life. 6 For this is a second year of famine upon the earth, and 5 more years, in which there shall be neither ploughing nor starch. 7 For God hath sent me before you, that I may suffer for you a remnant on the earth, and to nourish you a great abundance. 8 Now therefore ye have not sent me hitherto, but God hath made me Pharaoh's father, and lord of all his house, and ruler of all the land of Egypt. 9 Therefore hasten, go up to my father, and say unto him, thus saith thy son Joseph, God hath made me lord of all the land of Egypt, therefore come down unto me, and shalt not remain. 10 And thou shalt dwell in the land of Geshem of Arabia, and thou shalt be near me, and thy sons, and thy sons, and thy sheep, and thy herds, and all that is thee. 11 And I will bring thee up there 5 years more of famine, that thou and thy sons, and all thy belongings, should not be destroyed. 12 Behold, your eyes see, and the eyes of Benjamin my brother, for my mouth speaketh unto you. 13 Therefore declare unto my father all my glory which is in Egypt, and all that ye have seen, and hasten ye bring my father hither. 14 And he fell upon the neck of Benjamin his brother, and wept over him, and Benjamin wept upon his neck. 15 And he kissed all his brethren, and wept over them, and after that his brethren spoke unto him. 16 And the voice came to Pharaoh's house, saying, Joseph's brethren burned, and Pharaoh and his healing rejoiced. 17 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Say unto thy brethren, Do this, fill your paths, and go ye into the land of Canaan. 18 And when ye have received your father, and your belongings, come unto me, and I will give unto you all the good things of Egypt, and ye shall eat the marrow of the earth. 19 But thou shalt command them to take these chariots out of the land of Egypt, to your children and to your wives, and ye shall take up your father. 20 And spare not the eyes of your vessels, for all the good things of Egypt shall be unto you. 21 And thus did the children of Israel, and Joseph gave them chariots according to what Pharaoh the king had said, and gave them food in the way. 22 And he gave them all 2 robes, and Benjamin he gave 300 pieces of gold, and 5 furious robes. 23 And he sent to his father according to the same things, and 10 donkeys, taking away from all the good things of Egypt, and 10 mules, raising loaves unto his father in the way. 24 And he sent his brethren, and they went, and said unto them, Be not angry in the way. 25 And they went up out of Egypt, and came into the land of Canaan, unto Jacob their father. 26 And they told him, saying, Thy son Joseph is alive, and he is the ruler of all the land of Egypt. And the mind of Jacob was astonished, for he believed not them. 27 And they spoke unto him all that Joseph had said, and when they saw the chariots which Joseph had sent, to take him up, the spirit of Jacob their father was revived. 28 And Israel said unto me, It is great unto me, if Joseph my son is yet alive, goeth forth, I will see him before he dies me. Next, Genesis chapter 46. And the God of Israel said in a Septuagint, Genesis chapter 46. 1 And Israel himself, and all his things, came to the well of the oath, and offered a sacrifice unto the God of his father Isaac. 2 And the God of Israel said in a vision of the night, Jacob said, and Jacob said, What is it? 3 Saying, I am the God of thy fathers, fear not to go down into Egypt, for there I will make thee a great nation. And I will go down with thee into Egypt, and I will bring thee up to the end, and Joseph layeth his hands upon thy eyes. 5 And Jacob arose out of the well of the oath, and the children of Israel took their father, and their baggage, and their wives, in the chariots which Joseph had sent to take him away. 6 And they took up their possessions, and all the possessions which they had possessed in the land of Canaan, and entered into Egypt Jacob, and all his seed with him. 7 The sons and the sons of his sons were with him, the daughters and daughters of his sons, and all his seed he brought into Egypt. 8 And these were the names of the sons of Israel that came into Egypt, Jacob, and his sons Jacob the firstborn. 9 And the sons of Reuben, Enoch, and Phalus, Asran, and Charmi. 10 And the sons of Simeon, Jemuel, and Jamin, and Ad, and Jachin, and Sar, and Saul the son of Canaanites. 11 And the sons of Levi Gershon, Kath, and Merari. 12 And the sons of Judah, and Orner, and Shelem, and Pharez, and Sarah, died, and and Orner, in the land of Canaan, and they became the sons of Pharez, Asran, and Jemuel. 13 And the sons of Issachar Thola, and Pho, and Jashub, and Zambram. 14 And the sons of Zebulun, Sheard, and others, and Elol. 15 These are the sons of Leah, whom he bore to Jacob in Mesopotamia of Syria, and Dinah his daughter, all their souls being sons and 33 daughters. 16 And the sons of Gad, Saphun, and Agis, and Sornis, and Thasoph, and Disgust, and Aroids, and Arelis. 17 And the sons of Asher, Jemnah, and Joshua, and Jerl, and Beriah, and Sarah, their sister, and the sons of Beriah, Hobah, and Melchiel. 18 These are the sons of Zelphah, whom Laban Leah gave to his daughter, who bore them to Jacob 10 and 6 souls. 19 And the sons of Rachel the wife, Jacob, Joseph, and Benjamin. 20 And there were the sons of Joseph in the land of Egypt, whom Asenah bore him, the daughter of Potiphar, the priest of Elijah, Manasseh, and Ephraim, and they became the sons of Manasseh. Assi whom the concubine Sirah bore him, and Mahimahi bore him, and Gilead the sons of Ephraim, the brother of Manasseh, Sutalam, and Tam, and the sons of Sutalam Eden. 21 And the sons of Benjamin, Bala, and Hobah, and Abel, and the sons of Bala, Jair, and Numan, and Anches, and Rus, and Mamphine, and Ophamin, and Jair begat Orod. 22 These are the sons of Rachel, whom he bore to Jacob, all souls 18. 23 And the sons of Dan Assam. 24 And the sons of Naphtali, Ashel, and Gauni, and Isar, and Silim. 25 These are the sons of Balas, whom Laban Rachel gave to his daughter, who bore them to Jacob, all 7 souls. 26 And every soul that went in with Jacob into Egypt, that came out of his thighs, without the wives of the sons of Jacob, all 66 souls. 27 And the sons of Joseph, which were born to him in the land of Egypt, 9 souls, all the souls of the house of Jacob, that entered into Egypt, 75. 28 And he sent Judah before him to Joseph, to meet him in the city of heroes in the land of Ramessah. 29 And Joseph had girded his chariots, and went up to meet Israel with his father in the city of Hero, and when he saw him, he fell upon his neck, and wept more with weeping. 30 And Israel said unto Joseph, I am dead, henceforth, because I have seen thy face, for thou art still alive. 31 And Joseph said unto his brethren, Go upstairs, I declare unto Pharaoh, and I will say unto him, My brethren and my father's house, which were in the land of Canaan, have come unto me. 32 And the men were shepherds, for they were cattle herders, and the cattle, and the bower, and all that was their crops. 33 If, therefore, Pharaoh calls you, and tells you what your work is. 34 Say, ye men of cattle breeding, that we are thy children from childhood unto this time, and we and our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Geshem of Arabia, for every shepherd of sheep is an abomination to the Egyptians. Next, Genesis chapter 47. One And Joseph came. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 47. 1 And Joseph came, and told Pharaoh, saying, My father, and my brethren, and their cattle, and their cattle, and their cattle, and all their things, have come out of the land of Canaan, and, behold, they are in the land of Geshem. 2 And he took 5 men from his brethren, and set them against Pharaoh. 3 And Pharaoh said unto the brethren Joseph, What is your work? But they said unto Pharaoh, Thy servants, and we, and our fathers, are shepherds of sheep. 4 And they said unto Pharaoh, Let us dwell in the land, for there is no law unto the cattle of thy children, for the famine hath strengthened in the land of Canaan, now shall thy servants dwell in the land of Geshem. 5 And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, Let them dwell in the land of Geshem, but if he believeth that there are mighty men among them, appoint them to be rulers of my cattle, and they have come. Jacob and his sons in Egypt heard Pharaoh king of Egypt, and said Pharaoh to Joseph, saying, Thy father and thy brethren came unto thee. 6 Behold, the land of Egypt is against thee in the best land, dwelling thy father and thy brethren. 7 And Joseph brought Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh, and blessed Jacob the Pharaoh. 8 And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, How many years of the days of thy life? 9 And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, The days of the years of my life, which I have sojourned 130 years, were not short, and the days of the years of my life were not to be found in the days of the years of the life of my fathers, which days they sat by. 10 And Jacob blessed Pharaoh, and went out of him. 11 And Joseph dwelt his father and his brethren, and gave them a confiscation in the land of Egypt, in the best land in the land of Ramses, as Pharaoh had commanded. 12 And Joseph shall measure his father, and his brethren, and all his father's house, according to the body. 13 And he was not in all the land, for the famine was severe, and the land of Egypt and the land of Canaan were exceedingly destroyed by the famine. 14 And Joseph gathered up all the silver that was found in the land of Egypt, and in the land of Canaan, of the wheat which they bought, and fed them with wheat, and Joseph brought all the silver into the house of Pharaoh. 15 And all the silver was gone out of the land of Egypt, and out of the land of Canaan, and all the Egyptians came unto Joseph, saying, Give us loaves, and that we might die against thee, for he hath stolen our silver. 16 And Joseph said unto them, Bring ye your cattle, and I will give you bread instead of your cattle, if he stole the silver. 17 And they brought the cattle to Joseph, and Joseph gave them loaves instead of horses, and instead of sheep, and instead of oxen, and instead of donkeys, and he fed them with loaves for all their cattle in that year. 18 And they went out in that year, and came unto him in the second year, and said unto him, that we should never be cast away from our Lord, for if we should choose, give the silver, and the possessions, and the beasts unto thee, and thou shalt not yield unto us before our Lord, but neither our own body nor our earth. 19 Therefore that we may not die against thee, and the earth be desolate, that we and our land may have us and our land instead of bread, and we and our land shall be children, Pharaoh, that we may sow and live, and die not, and the earth shall not be desolate. 20 And Joseph possessed all the land of the Egyptians, for the Egyptians gave their land to Pharaoh, for famine prevailed over them, and the land became Pharaoh. 21 And he enslaved the people unto him as servants, from the ends of Egypt to the ends of Egypt. 22 Without the land of the priests, only Joseph did not obtain it, for he gave a gift to the priests of Pharaoh, and they ate the gift which Pharaoh had given them, therefore they did not give up their land. 23 And Joseph said unto all the Egyptians, Behold, I have acquired you, and your land, this day unto Pharaoh, take seed for yourselves, and sow the earth. 24 And the offspring thereof shall be ye give the fifth part unto Pharaoh, and the 4 parts shall be unto you for seed in the earth, and for you to eat, and to all that are in your houses. 25 And they said to you, We will find favor in the sight of our Lord, and we will be Pharaoh's servants. 26 And Joseph commanded them unto this day, that in the land of Egypt Pharaoh should they send out without the land of the priests, but Pharaoh was not. 27 And Israel dwelt in the land of Egypt, in the land of Ezem, and they inherited over it, and they increased and multiplied exceedingly. 28 And Jacob lived in the land of Egypt 10 and 70 years, and the days of Jacob were 147 years. 29 And the days of Israel's death were near, and he called Joseph his son, and said unto him, If I have found favor against thee, thou shalt take thy hand upon my thigh, and thou shalt do alms unto me, and the truth, that thou shalt not bury me in Egypt. 30 But I will sleep with my fathers, and take me out of Egypt, and bury me in their grave. But he said, I will do according to thy word. 31 And he said, Swear to me, and swear by him, and worshipped Israel at the end of his hand. Next, Genesis chapter 48. And I said unto Jacob. Septuagint, Genesis chapter 48. 1 And it came to pass, after these words, that Joseph was troubled, and took his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, and came unto Jacob. 2 And I said unto Jacob, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee, and having strengthened Israel, he sat down upon the bed. 3 And Jacob said unto Joseph, My God hath appeared unto me at Luzah, in the land of Canaan, and hath blessed me. 4 And say unto me, Behold, I will increase thee, and multiply thee, and make thee into the synagogues of nations, and give thee this land, and thy seed, with thee for everlasting confiscation. 5 Now therefore thy 2 sons, which were made unto thee in Egypt before I came unto thee in Egypt, are to me, Ephraim, and Manasseh, as Reuben and Simeon. 6 And the things which thou shalt begotten, after these things shall be in the name of their brethren, they shall be called in those lots. 7 And I, who came out of Mesopotamia in Syria, Rachel, thy mother, died in the land of Canaan, when he came to me by the horse runner of the land of Ephrath, and I drove her down by the way of the horseman, which is Bethlehem. 8 And when Israel saw the sons of Joseph, he said to thee, Which of these? 9 And Joseph said unto his father, These are my sons, which God hath given me here. And Jacob said, Bring them unto me, that I may bless them. 10 And the eyes of Israel were heavy with the old man, and he could not see, and he drew them unto him, and kissed them, and embraced them. 11 And Israel said unto Joseph, Behold, I am not deprived of thy countenance, behold, God hath showed me thy seed. 12 And Joseph brought them out of his knees, and they worshipped him face to face on the ground. 13 And Joseph took his 2 sons, and Ephraim on the right hand, and Israel on the left, and Manasseh on the left, and Israel on the right, and brought them unto him. 14 And Israel stretched forth his right hand, and laid it upon the head of Ephraim, and he was the younger, and the left upon the head of Manasseh, alternating his hands. 15 And he blessed them, and said, The God, whom my fathers were pleased with him, Abraham and Isaac, the God that nourisheth me from my youth unto this day. 16 The angel that commanded me out of all evils will bless these children, and my name shall be called upon in them, and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac shall be called upon them, and they shall multiply in great numbers upon the earth. 17 And when Joseph saw that the father had laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it appeared to him, and took Joseph by the hand of his father to take it away from the head of Ephraim upon the head of Manasseh. 18 And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, father, for this firstborn hast smote thy right hand upon his head. 19 And he would not, but said, I know a child, and he shall be among the people, and he shall be exalted, but his brother the younger shall be greater than him, and his seed shall be among the multitude of nations. 20 And he blessed them in that day, saying, Israel shall be blessed among you, saying, Let God make thee as Ephraim and as Manasseh, and he set Ephraim before Manasseh. 21 And Israel said unto Joseph, Behold, I die, and God shall be with you, and shall turn you back to the land of your fathers. 22 But I give thee, Shake, excellent for thy brethren, which I have taken out of the hand of the Amorites with my sword and bow. Next, Genesis chapter 49. And Jacob called his sons, and said, Septuagint, Genesis chapter 49. And Jacob called his sons, and said, Assemble yourselves, that I may declare unto you what shall he answer you in the last days. 2 Gather yourselves, and hear, O sons of Jacob, hear Israel your father. 3 Reuben, my firstborn, thou art my strength, and the beginning of my children, be cruel and cruel to be insolent. For thou hast reviled as water, thou shalt not boil, for thou hast ascended upon thy father's bed, then thou hast defiled the bed wherein thou hast ascended. 5 Simeon and Levi, the brethren, did injustice because of their heresy. 6 Let not my soul come to their counsel, and at their recommendation swear not my deceit, for in their anger they slew men, and in their desire they slaughtered a bull. 7 Cursed is their anger, for they are insolent, and their men, for it is hardened. Divide them into Jacob, and scatter them into Israel. 8 Judas, thy brethren have praised thee, thy hands upon the back of thy enemies, the sons of thy father shall worship thee. 9 A lion's cub Judas, out of a shoot, my son, ascended, and slept, as a lion, and as a scythe lifteth him up. 10 There shall not be a prince out of Judah, and a ruler out of his thighs, until the things that are left of him come, and he the expectation of the Gentiles. 11 Binding his pole to the vine, and the pole of his ass to the vine, and to the helix, he washes his garment with wine, and his robe with the blood of grapes. 12 His eyes are glad of wine, and his teeth are white or milk. 13 Zebulun shall dwell on the shore, and he shall dwell by the bay of ships, and shall continue unto Sidon. 14 Issachar desired the good, resting in the midst of the lots. 15 And when he saw that the rest was good, and the earth, that he had put his own shoulder to pain, and became a man a farmer. 16 He shall judge his own people as one tribe in Israel. 17 And let Dan become a serpent in the road, dwelling on a treadmill, the heel of a horse, and the horseman falls on the back. 18 I await the salvation of the Lord. 19 Gad shall plunder him, and he shall plunder them at their feet. 20 His bread shall be served, and he shall give pleasure to the rulers. 21 A Naphthaline stem that was born, giving beauty to the crop. 22 Son of Joseph exalted, my most zealous son, turn back unto me. 23 To whom they consulted they reproached, and gave him the masters of arches. 24 And their bows were broken with might, and the waters of their arms were loosed by the hand of the oppressor Jacob, who had conquered Israel from thence. 25 By God thy Father, and my God hath helped thee, and blessed thee with the blessing of heaven from above, and the blessing of the earth, which hath all things for the blessing of breasts and wombs. 26 Thy father's blessing and thy mother's blessing hath prevailed over the blessings of the mountains that are permanent, and over the blessings of the dunes forever, upon the head of Joseph, and upon the summit which he led the brethren. 27 A wolf snatched away Benjamin in the morning, and spread food in the evening. 28 These were all the 12 sons of Jacob, and these things their father spake unto them, and blessed them every one according to his blessing. 29 And he saith unto them, I add unto my people, bury me with my fathers in the cave which is in the field of Ephron the Hittite. 30 In the double cave of Mamre, opposite, in the land of Canaan, which Abraham possessed, the cave of Ephron the Hittite, in the possession of a tomb. 31 There they buried Abraham and Sarah his wife, there they buried Isaac and Rebekah his wife, and there I buried Leah. 32 In the possession of the field, and of the cave that was in it, by the sons of Heth. 33 And Jacob rested, commanding his sons, and lifted up his feet, and fell away on his bed, and was added to his people. Next, Genesis chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his Septuagint, Genesis chapter 50. And Joseph fell upon his father's face, and wept over him, and kissed him. 2 And Joseph commanded his children to bury his father, and the buriers buried Israel. 3 And they filled him 40 days, for thus the days of burial are numbered, and Egypt mourned him 70 days. And when the days of mourning were over, Joseph spake unto Pharaoh's oppressors, saying, If I have found favor against you, speak of me in Pharaoh's ears, saying, 5 My father swore by me, saying, In the tomb which I have dug for myself in the land of Canaan, there thou shalt bury me, and now I will go up and bury my father, and I will come again. 6 And Pharaoh said, Arise, bury thy father, as he hath sworn thee. 7 And Joseph went up to bury his father, and all the servants of Pharaoh, and the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, went up with him. 8 And all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, and all his father's house, and his kinsmen, and the sheep, and the oxen, were left in the land of Jeshem. 9 And chariots and horses went up with him, and the interference was great. 10 And they went into the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond the Jordan, and cut him off, a great and mighty man, and he mourned for his father 7 days. 11 And the inhabitants of the land of Canaan saw the mourning in the threshing of Atad, and said, Great mourning is unto the Egyptians, therefore he called his name Mourning of Egypt, which is beyond the Jordan. 12 And so did his sons, and buried him there. 13 And his sons took him up into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the double cave, which Abraham had obtained, in the possession of a tomb by Ephron the Hittite, opposite Mamre. 14 And Joseph returned to Egypt, and he and his brethren, and they that went with them, to bury his father. 15 And when the brethren Joseph saw that their father was dead, they said, At any time Joseph will hold a grudge against us, and repay us all the evils which we have shown him. 16 And they came unto Joseph, saying, Thy father swore an oath before he spake unto him, saying. 17 Thus said Joseph, Forgive them their iniquity and their sin, for they have shown thee evil things, and now accept the iniquity of those who heal the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spoke unto him. 18 And they came unto him, and said, Behold, we beseech thee. 19 And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am God. 20 Ye counselled against me in evil things, but God counselled for me for good things, that it might be as it is this day, that a great people might be nourished. 21 And he said unto them, Fear not, I will feed you and your houses. And he begged them, and spoke unto them in their hearts. 22 And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, and his brethren, and all his father's house, and Joseph lived 110 years. 23 And Joseph saw Ephraim, children to the 3rd generation, and the sons of Mahi the son of Manasseh who were born on Joseph's thighs. 24 And Joseph said unto his brethren, saying, I die, and the bishop, God shall visit you, and shall raise you up from this land unto the land which God hath sworn unto our fathers, Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob. 25 And Joseph swore an oath to the children of Israel, saying, In the bishopric wherein God shall visit you, and ye shall know my bones henceforth with you. 26 And Joseph died, 110, and they buried him, and laid him in the body in Egypt. Next, Exodus chapter 1. Sacred Texts Bible.